your New York Knicks.
Oh, goodness.
You know why? Because I said it before. I first guessed this. Tyson Chandler is going to be the Deion Sanders of this year. Not that he's going to win the championship with the Knicks, but he helped Dallas. He was the biggest reason. I know Dirk turned into Dirk in the finals, and he was the MVP of the finals. But the biggest reason, the tallest reason that they won was 7'1" Tyson Chandler changing the way they play defense. All of a sudden, the Knicks will have one guy playing defense this year, and he's the tall guy.
You cannot be allowed. It would be a crime.
Are you saying the Knicks are still garbage?
No, I am not saying that at all. The New York Knicks Iman Shumpert, the rookie, watch him. He's nice. 6'5", NBA body, can defend. Along with Chandler, the New York Knicks are going to be better. But the problem with that, again, got to think about seedings, because I do believe Chicago may not get to the Eastern Conference Finals if they ran into Miami first. But if those two make up the top two seeds and they wouldn't meet until the Conference Finals, then I don't see anybody beating them before they meet. But getting back to your point about Rose, the blasphemy you just uttered. How dare you? How dare you?
He was not sold on him last year as the MVP.
Something is wrong with you, okay? This kid is nothing short of sensational. Going 94 feet, baseline to baseline, nobody faster. Maybe Russell Westbrook, maybe. Athletically, the only point guard that can compare to him is Russell Westbrook in terms of athleticism. Then you look at his decision making. Look at what he was working with. They didn't even have a shooting guard. Keith Bogus? Are you kidding? Well, listen. He was a defensive ace. He averaged about 17 minutes a game. Take notes, sit back, and learn. Okay? This man was not a shooter. Okay, that's right. Write it down. He was not a shooter. Okay? He was just somebody to play defense. Okay? And they were playing 4-on-5 basketball on the offensive end of the floor. Now he's got a shooter. Okay?
Look what he wrote down.
Please. He's a doctor. He's a prophet. That's probably gibberish, all right? I'm telling you right now.
That's what he thinks of what you just said.
Ridiculous. Anybody knows Rip Hamilton can ball. He's older now, okay? And he wasn't going to be a difference maker on a whack team.
Right.
But on a contender with Derrick Rose as your point guard, that changes everything. And Lou Aldan can play too. Something is wrong with you. How dare you speak about Derrick Rose?
I stand by what I said. The Knicks will play the Heat in the Eastern Conference.
Can I tell you and our audience, the last time, Skip rarely changes his mind. Almost never. The last time he did was a spur-of-the-moment decision to pick his Oklahoma Sooners against Oklahoma State in the season finale, and that didn't work out so well for you.
Right. Well, I'm standing by what I did.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
All right.
But just blasphemy.
Knicks.
Derrick Rose is a
Knicks.
bad boy.
I love my Knicks.
All right. Next topic, let's pick the West. Last year was the Mavericks riding an unlikely wave all the way to the title. The Lakers, we know that they've lost some pieces. The Clippers have improved. You've got Memphis and Oklahoma City coming strong. Who's in the Western Conference Finals, Stephen A?
I'm going with Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
I think they're going to the finals.
Oh, they're going to win the West.
I think they're going to win the West. I think Kevin Durant is a superstar. I think the only problem with Kevin Durant is that he's skinny. If this boy ever puts on weight, let me tell you something right now. He'd be a more unstoppable offensive force than LeBron James, because LeBron James can't touch him from the perimeter, right? In terms of his ability to hit perimeter shots, he can't touch him. It's just that he's skinny, and so you wonder when he gets hit with one of those elbows or something, whether or not it'll hurt him. But Kevin Durant is a superstar. I think Scott Brooks has done an exceptional job coaching him. Ibaka and Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins looked awful last year, but he was injured. He's coming up to injury. Couldn't work on his body the way that he would like to.
He dropped a bunch of weight.
He dropped a bunch of weight. I watched him in preseason last night. He looked good. He's a good dude. I like Kendrick Perkins a lot, so I'm wishing him well. And I just think that even though Russell Westbrook is a bit erratic as a point guard, and I will confess that, I am a fan of Russell Westbrook. I am a fan of his talent. He's not the point guard Darren Williams, Derrick Rose, Chris Paul is. We all know that in terms of his decision-making. But that will come. But his ability, his athletic ability, and his ability to play the game, I think can rival any point guard in this game. So you look at them right now, and again, Kevin Durant is not just a superstar. I don't use the word unstoppable very often.
No.
But this kid, when he's on, you cannot stop him. There is no answer. This dude can pull up from 35 feet, Jay. I'm just telling you, with ease. He can pull up. It's going down. He's got that TV, but I'm going to say it. Earlier today, I was talking about the Memphis Grizzlies because I forgot that Darrell Arthur, injured himself 2 nights ago.
Achilles.
Achilles out. He's gone for the year. And I don't know why I forgot about the, Shane Battier going to Miami, but I did.
A lot's happened.
With those two alone, I love the fact that Rudy Gay is coming back because I think Rudy Gay is a big-time player.
Right.
He's not a superstar like Kevin Durant now, but he can ball. He's not a scrub. He can ball.
Yeah.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm saying this. The Los Angeles Clippers will be in the Western Conference Finals against OKC.
Wow. That is a big-time change of the guard.
Los Angeles Clippers. I think Dallas has gotten softer and lost its edge by losing Tyson Chandler. I think they lost one of their primary shooters in Peja Stojakovic, J.J. Barea, willing to make things happen. I think those are tremendous losses. I think Mark Cuban's got his ring. Now he wants to be competitive for this year so he can come back after the title next year and beyond once he gets one of those marquee, once he thinks he's going to get one of those marquee free agents in the offseason. I think the Lakers have gotten considerably weaker. It is one thing not to get Chris Paul and to stand pat, but to let go of Lamar Odom, you have made yourself considerably weaker, and as a result, it's Kobe, it's Pau Gasol, it's Andrew Bynum, and then I'm looking at the rest of their roster. Outside of Derek Fisher, I barely know who anybody is. I know Metta World Peace because he changed his name and he's on Dancing with the Stars. I know Matt Barnes.
Now he's on the bench.
That's right. And I don't think that's a wise move. Matt Barnes, I like him, but he is what he is. There's nobody else on the Lakers even worth mentioning. And I don't want to hear about Josh McRoberts. Last time he was relevant to me was when he was at Duke. Not disrespecting him. I'm not saying he can't play. Okay, he's no Slava Medvedenko.
Do I get to speak in this segment? I just wonder, do I ever get to speak?
Go ahead.
So you got the Clippers
because Chris Paul is sensational and Chauncey Billups being at the 2 with him, having that guard play, that leadership, and DeAndre Jordan. I think he showed you he'll be stealing some highlight reels from Blake Griffin.
Okay.
I got the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals against OKC.
Top that, Skip. Okay, I agree with you about the Thunder getting...
You should agree with me about everything, but go ahead.
You know how I feel about Kevin Durant. He is my favorite player. He is a superstar.
Okay.
But his problem isn't that he's skinny. His problem is Russell Westbrook. That's his problem. Because when it's time, when they do get to the Western Conference Finals, or even into the playoffs in general, it's going to be who gets to shoot it this time. Russell, who's got the ball in his hands as he dribbles it up the floor. I don't love the dynamic. I said trade him straight up for Chris Paul, and you're going to win an NBA championship. They did not do that because they believe in Russell Westbrook, and I don't. So I can't get them past the Western Conference Finals. So now I say, who else is going to be in the finals? The Clippers. Okay, so Chris Paul is going to make a difference in 18 games under 500 that they were last year to what, 18 games over 500 that they're going to need?
Quite possibly.
I'm not seeing it, I'm sorry. In that backcourt of those two guys, two small guys, they're going to defend whom?
But I don't think it takes that much, that you don't have to be 18 games over 500. Get to the postseason, and it's a new season.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said about Dallas. I'm not buying this time. I can't quite buy Memphis for the reasons you gave. So I'm looking at the West for the first time in forever being wide open.
Yeah.
Seriously, where you can make cases. So by default, it leaves me thinking about the team that won the most games in the West last year. Who was that team?
Are you going there?
That team was called the San Antonio Spurs.
You're going there.
They're still sitting there. And I got a little news flash for you, Mr. Smith, if you want to do your homework on this one and verify. Tim Duncan got in the best shape of his life in the offseason. He came in 15 pounds lighter. He came in way better cardio shape than he's ever been.